to build on it. So now I would like to bring to the microphone Director of Training, Ms. Wadi Elobrike, welcome us proper, and also to introduce our resource person. Big round of applause.
Thank you, ADM. Good morning, colleagues. Welcome to this seminar on financial literacy, income generation, cash flow management, and investment portfolio. Let me be direct. In today's economy, earning is not enough. Without discipline in managing and growing our income, financial pressure is inevitable. This session is about equipping ourselves with the clarity and control needed to change that. The value of this seminar will be determined by what we do with what we have gathered here. I therefore encourage you to engage actively, ask questions, and take full advantage of this opportunity to strengthen your financial well-being. I wish us all a rewarding session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, as Director of Training. Okay, the man who owns the room at this time, we're ready. I'd like to welcome the principal partner, Rick Consult, Mr. Oluseyi Kayode, to the microphone.
Good morning, distinguished participants. I'm glad to be here. I don't know your mind. I believe all of us are glad to be here as well. Yes. When Madam Leslie was introducing me, she said principal partners with consults, which is very true. You know, in Nigeria, we like title. HIV, NYC, PhD, and all of that. But it matters. For in some situations, it does not matter. It's what you have to deliver. Anyway, my name is Oluseyi Kayode. Yes, I'm a financial consultant and investment analyst by certification, and I'm a retirement consultant as well. I'm the author of the book, Essential Keys to Successful Retirement. I'm not actually here to sell the book. It's what the director actually mentioned. This session or seminar is all about financial literacy, income generation, steady cash flow, and investment portfolios skills. And that's why I would like to take us to the objectives of this seminar. Please, can we have it on the board so that everybody can know why we are here? Okay, while we are still waiting, the number one objective is to help all the participants to gain clarity in a season that scares public servants most. Do we know that season that scares public servants most? Tell us. It's retirement. Thank you very much. Even though many people don't like the word retirement, that's why in this session I'll be using the word retirement and transition simultaneously throughout the session. And the reason is because I was in a training about a few weeks ago. After the training, the director of human resources told me that they forced the participants to come around. Why? When they heard that, oh, it was retirement, that they were scared. But at the end of the day, they were all glad, they were all happy. They related what they gained to those who still have many years. To the point that those people are like, the management should have included all of us now. So that's why I'll be using the word retirement and transition is achievable. Yes. So that season is the season that scares most public servants most. And the essence of this seminar is so that they will not, to make sure that they don't retire into uncertainty and pressure, but rather into clarity and purpose. And another point there is to understand it, to help the participants understand how money works in Nigeria. We're going to talk about cash flow and debt management. This session also will help you to build a system for your financial position freedom, which is very, very important. And the third bullet point there, as you can see, is to sensitize you, their participants, on proven and tested investment portfolio skills that can guarantee steady cash flow, income generation, financial stability, and even beat inflation. We all know that inflation is a cancer to our financial health, no doubt. We all know that. Yes. Then it will help you to know how to prepare financially and even mentally before retirement, because it's not only about finance, but it will help you to prepare mentally as well. Then it will help you to understand Nigeria pension administration and retirement option that we have in Nigeria. Even though many of us know about that one, but it's all of us. So all of us will still benefit from it. And lastly, it will enable participants to develop practical, personalized, and customized financial and retirement action plans. Not just plans, I will change it to strategies. So, and I want to assure you that at the end of the session, you will leave here with actions, not with information that, okay, I heard information here. Don't teach me anything. I heard, what do I know? You will leave here not just with information, but with actions. And at the end of the day, expected outcome of the seminar, you will have improved financial confidence. Apart from that, you will have increased savings, behavior, and investment portfolio skills. And we have better retirement planning, not only retirement planning, but financial planning and retirement readiness. And at the end of the day, too, there should be reduced financial stress on the part of anybody and long-term financial stability. I would actually like to ask before I proceed, who would like to say my salary is enough for me? Actually, that my salary is enough. The salary is enough for you. Can I see your hand? Your salary is enough for you, sufficient for you, very okay for you. What are the end? No one. How have we been surviving then? Anyway, okay, grace. Yes. God has given all of us that grace. Yes. And He has given us free will at the same time to choose ahead, to choose. So the seminar, we have the following segments. These 5 segments. Number 1 is common Nigerian transition realities. Why I actually want us to be following it so that you can judge what appeals to you may not appeal to the other person. That's why I want it to be displayed on the slide. Thank you very much, madam. So the first segment is common Nigerian transition realities. Why the second one there is common financial challenges in Nigeria. And the third one is cash flow management and money habits. Yes. When we talk of cash flow management and money habits, it's not just about money. It's not about how much you earn, but what is your habit towards money. We are going to discuss about that in full details. And the fourth segment is about that proven and tested investment portfolios that can guarantee steady cash flow, income generation, even wealth creation, depending on your goal, financial stability and fight inflation. So the bonus is not actually for you, but it may still come at the end of the day. So let's now move to the first segment, which is Nigerian retirement realities faced by public servants. Sorry, just a moment. So number one there is prevalence of health issues and increase in health costs with age. Who can dispute this that is not so as we age? I remember as I am just few years ago, 2019, just about how many years ago? How many years ago? I actually know it's because I want it to be engaging. I don't want to, I'm not here to lecture you dear participants. So it's going to be engaging to make sure that, I just want to be sure that you are mentally engaged on the program. Yes, 7 years ago, I was playing football very well, but now if I play football, my chest will just be paining me somehow. I don't know why, and I don't have any issue. So what I'm trying to say here is that retirement reality, one of the retirement realities is that prevalence of health issues and increase in health percentage. As we age, whatever we spend on our health will increase definitely. We know that in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, even in America, people who are aged, as people age, they will have some, old age comes with some concomitant diseases like diabetes. If you have problem, it could be, we have many diseases, but we are not saying we have this, but it's like reality. So who have dodgy, who have said, oh, I don't think about that. It reminds me of what one director, she is a client of mine actually. She related a husband issue to me. She told me that the husband retired 6 years ago. That among people she has known to be very careful, the husband is one of them. That the husband is very careful, does not do things anyhow, that he planned for his retirement very well. And what happened? Just 2 years into the retirement, a few months, according to her, that the husband had an accident. And that accident, they were carrying him around for the next 3 years. And that drained the family financially. Though the wife is still working. So that one augmented for the husband's inability to cater for the family. But at the end of the day, what the husband planned, he planned very well, but according to her, she said the husband just even dash out because of the economic reality. But he just dash out the generator they have been using for some years. And the worth of that generator is 20 million naira. I will still come back to that. What you can benefit from that 20 million naira generator that the husband dashed out. So to just let us know that truly health issue prevalent at that age. We are not saying this to scare us. The essence of this is to just plan our life. When some people talk about grace the other time, that's very true. But God has given us that choice, freedom to choose. As some of us are working there, some of us will have even decided to become captains of industry or to even be living abroad with our family. But you decided, you choose to be here. So, and that reminds me of another person. I used to in an office in the ministry where I used to go before when I was in the bank. I used to see the man there, but he did not know me, but I knew him. So I went there in recent time to read in their library because I went there to see somebody. So the man approached me and said, okay, because I was hearing, he said, okay, can you please help me? I need money for what, sir? He said, I need money to buy he was even carrying the diabetes sachet. I didn't know the drug. I need money just to buy my drugs and I must take it. I don't have money. My little pension is not enough. I gave him what I had that day. And why I'm talking about this health issue is because the reality of it. That's why I say it's one of the realities of retirement in Nigeria. In fact, from my own personal research that I did with people, where I put questionnaire that, okay, just tick like 4 things that scare you most in retirement. Do you know number 1 on the list? 7 out of 10 tick health. And most of them told me that it's not as if they have any health issue now, but they are just concerned about health issue. So it's a matter of habits. Whatever we do now, it compounds. Whatever choices we make now, it compounds. Don't let us think that, okay, whatever choice we make now, it will just disappear quietly. So, whether whatever we take into our body system, whatever the kind of
Let's
life,
move front. There are spaces in
live.
front. Move front.
Whatever the kind of life we live, it's like we are planting. It's like we are planting and it will compound. When you plant a seed, is it one seed you will reap? It's not one seed. When you plant a seed, you reap what is the entire harvest. Then another one, I will jump these pension delays. Because you all know currently in Nigeria now, that one is not an issue. Oh, it's still an issue. It's still an issue. I want to hear. Pension delay. I believe most of us who are here in the next 5 years will leave savings, and we don't know much about our situation. But in recent months, government has, has fast-tracked the payments of pension. I remember about 8 years down to about a few months ago, when you retire, it's like it will take like 1.5 years, 1 year or 2 years before you get your pension. But now, happily, it's not so. Because if you retire today, by next week, just go to your PFA, whether BTC or trust fund or anyone. Yes, if you retire today, you don't need to. So that's why that one does not apply currently. You may not know tomorrow, but currently, that's why when we say something, we say it, we back it up with facts. We don't just teach the same thing all over and over. So currently, if any public servant retire in the next, it's just to go to your PFA. You don't need to wait for government. What used to delay before was the accrued rights. This government started from year 2004 or so, when they started this, before RSA, this CPS scheme, contributory pension scheme. So it's because of that, but now no delay again. And that's why we are not talking about that one. So another reality is inflation. Inflation or rising cost of living. When I asked the other time that, okay, how many of us can say my salary is sufficient for me? Nobody raised up his hand, which means we all know the story behind. So when we are working, high cost of living is affecting us. We are earning 100% of our income. So how much more when we are not working again? When we are not working, when we retire, like how much will we be receiving? How many percentage of our salary will we be receiving? Can somebody tell us? When we retire, like how many percentage of our former income will we be getting? Yes. You are talking about lump sum. We are not talking about lump sum. We are talking about monthly pay that you'll be receiving. So you don't know what you will be receiving. Thank you very much, ma'am. So when you retire, actually, so that we can move forward, when you retire, your pension will be 30% of your former salary. 30%. Yes. Yes, monthly. Whether you are on the first option or the other option. So it's actually 30% according to Pension Reform Act of 2014. But unfortunately, for most people, it's not. for most people. Yes, it depends on your level, but we are not talking about that. That's not our main focus today because it's like the digression. Then another reality is pension as the only source of structured income. That's the reality. If I ask here now that, okay, if you are to live here today, that, okay, thank you very much for your meritorious service over the years. So we don't, we wanted to go from today. If I ask, what will you be living on for the next month? Is there anybody who is willing to tell us? From today, as you are leaving this venue, thank you very much for your presence over the years. So what will you be living on? Who has prepared to the point that he or she can beat that chest and say, oh, I'm well prepared. Can I see your hand? We have been working, oh. Okay, let me reduce it to 3 months. No salary. Salary stops from today. Oh, sorry to say, oh, we are pretending. Are we? Okay. Ma? Okay, it's one of the retirement realities. It actually happened to many people that pension will now become the only sort of structured income, which is a problem. And lots of that monthly salary structure is one of the retirement realities. And unchanged family financial responsibilities. Even when you retire, you say, okay, because you retire, you will not buy NEPA bill, or you will not wear your car, or you will not buy bags of rice at home. No. So we are just letting us to prepare our mind about the realities of retirement in Nigeria, whether we like it or not, because some people don't like it, like the experience I shared at the beginning. Some people who are even, when the director told me that when they saw about retirement, they were scared that they didn't want to attend. But at the end of the day, they were glad that they attended the program. So it's one of the realities. It's not easy to face reality. That's just the truth. And now the next one is common financial risks and challenges. This one relates somehow to the one we just talked about, which inflation is still part of it. What 100,000 naira could buy about 3 years ago, can it buy today? No. Some of us who bought cars around 2023 before the current administration, the value of that car now is like how much? If you bought a car maybe 5 million naira that time, how do you think the car would be worth by now? That's just on average, depending on the model, at least 15 million. So inflation, that's a challenge. And imagine somebody with no more savings. We are still savings, it's not that easy. We are managing our life. So the second challenge is poor savings culture. Poor savings culture. And how will we know about this one? Can you please move the slide to the next page? Common financial risks and challenges. So poor savings culture is affecting us. You know, the other time when I was asking that, okay, how many of us, if you have to live today, how many of us have what is something for the next 3 months? Nobody raised up its hand. But somebody with good savings culture, it even goes beyond that now. Like culture that, okay, as we move on life, it's safe. It's safe. Not the money you are saving to pay house rent by December. We are not talking about saving that, oh, you are saving in order to pay school fees. No. That school fees matter. It's normal, this thing, but we are talking about real saving without the purpose that you are just putting in there. I have another client who told me recently that, oh, she has been saving for the past 10 years, that she doesn't even know how much is there, that she doesn't want to know about it. Normally give her interest every month. I asked her, how much interest? 100,000 naira interest. I said, wow. And with what she told me, because of my profession, I know how much she has done. And she said she doesn't really want to know how much is in that account for a purpose, just to be saving for saving. So that's another challenge that many people face here in Nigeria. We don't make saving as part of our culture. And immediate family and extended family responsibilities. That one is sure. But let me ask again, as we are all seated here, who spends his or her money on herself alone? Can I see your hand? Even if you are not married as a woman, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. Even if you are not married as a woman, if you live alone, you still spend for extended family. So that's it's one of the risks that we need to take into cognizance in our lives, not only for our retirement. Then another one is over dependence on pension after retirement. We have talked about that one, partly under retirement reality. And that is what is happening. I've asked some public servants, even many people who are not yet public servants, many youth, they want to become public servants. And do you know why? They will say, because it's pensionable and your job security, government will never sack you, then you will collect pension at the end of the day. Imagine in this modern age, somebody who is still young is looking for a job that he will serve for 30-something years, then after which he will now be collecting 30% of the salary. So it's a risk and it's a challenge which must be addressed. That reminds me of another person, though he's not my client. But I happen to know the person who works in the PFA where his money is. When they process the money to be collecting every month, it was ridiculous. It was 30,000 naira or 25,000 naira. The man nearly thought the agreement, whatever, nonsense. When I was in the service, how much every day I remember how much I used to spend. So they are giving me this one in a month for what? Nearly twice, but it is the intervention of the PFA people. Sir, that's how it is. It's what you have there. It's how it is. Can't they give me everything I have? Say, sir, no, that's the law. It's not, we are not the one who or grudgingly committed the crime. But do you know what happened a few years down the line? When that 25,000 naira is not paid, maybe it's supposed to be paid today on the 9th, and it's not paid by tomorrow on the 10th. You'll be calling them at that place of time. I need some money, he does something for me, that's why I'm calling. I've not received a lot, you just tell me, because the money has not been paid. Or probably that day, because on weekend. Imagine somebody who will say, oh, this is too small for me, I don't need this, but it still shows that it depends largely on that pension, which is a risk and it's a challenge. Another one is poor investment choices. Why I actually asked us to display it on the so that we can pick whatever we want to pick there. Because it's not just theory. We are not talking about theory here. We are talking about something practical. That's why we are using relatable stories, something that happened that people verifiable stories. Not something that we say, okay, it's happened somewhere in America or it is also not. So another one is poor investment choices. Yes. Who has made investment mistakes? Maybe, or who lost money in MMM? MMM. Chimak. What about CBEX, the last one? CBEX. Man? Oh, that's good. You have learned from the past mistakes, which is very good. But many people still do that. Today, many people still do that. Yes, they believe in money doubling scheme. For instance, if I had come in since now, I say, oh, there is something that we do, it does bring 1 million naira. By next week, you get 2 million naira. Many people will be willing to do it. You know why? They say, since I came through management, yes, I must have been screened, and the management may not even know much about it. So it's one of the challenges that people face, common financial challenges in Nigeria, poor investment choices. people believe so much in get rich quick scheme or money doubling scheme. And that reminds me of that money doubling scheme still takes the back door to catch up with us. You know why I say so? About 2 years ago, we remember that prices of food items were going up rapidly. Do we remember? There were some people who now pour all their money on that food storage. They bought food. The seminar I did in one agency about a few weeks ago, one of the participants told me that he told the public, not only me, that his brother in Ibadan sold his house for that food storage business. But after selling the house, he bought the food, he stopped it, not knowing that he was thinking that the prices would just be going up. Everything just crashed down. Till today, we know how it is now. Everything is cheaper now. For now, since that time, it has never gone up the way everybody thought it would be. So that's why I said that getting rich quick or money doubling scheme, it may not come through CBEX or MMM, but it still takes the back door at times to catch up with us, which is a challenge and it's a risk, which is not good for our investments. Another investment challenge is that dollar speculation. Dollar, not only forex. You remember about 2 years ago, too, dollar was close to 2,000 naira per naira. But today now, it's around 1,300 and something to 1,500. At that time, some people converted their naira to dollar and they bought it in large quantity, thinking that, oh, the way naira is going, this thing will jump to 3,000 naira dollar per naira. But today, we lost money. I know of somebody who